Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, my name is Kayla, and here we love to talk about all things luxury and high-end makeup and beauty. So today we are going to be talking about my recommendations for the upcoming Sephora sale. So for Rouge members, it starts on April 1st. For VIB, it starts on April 5th, and you get 15% off. Rouge members get 20% off. And for insiders, it starts on April 7th, and you get 10% off. So I look forward to this sale every year. So if you're interested in hearing my recommendations I'm looking at all of my products, pretty much every category, as well as what I currently have in my cart to pick up during the sale, then just keep watching. So first, let's start out with foundation. So I tried my best, y'all, to narrow the products down to just a few in each category, because otherwise, at least for me, it becomes very overwhelming. Before I start, these are personal preferences. So if it's something that you don't like, or if you think that I missed something, these are just my personal preferences. So let's start out with foundation. So I'll start out with the one that I have on my face today, which I created this look over on Instagram. I have a reel that I posted on Sunday. So if you want to see it, then head on over to my Instagram, which is at beautybykaylak. So the foundation that I have on my face is this new Kosas Revealer foundation. I have it in the shade 100 Very Light Neutral, which is the lightest shade. I did a full review of this foundation on my channel, which I will link down below. This is such a beautiful foundation, y'all. It's medium coverage, it's dewy without being too dewy, and I have just really been enjoying it. I don't think that oily skinned people will like this, but you know, definitely combo to dry skin. It's just a really, really beautiful foundation. So also, and I've talked about this one on my channel before, this is kind of an old foundation and I don't talk about it much, but I really, really, really love this foundation, and it is the Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue Moisturizing Foundation. This foundation, this is actually my second tube of this. Like I said, I think I recommended this for the last Sephora sale as well. I just think that this is a great all-around foundation, whether you have dry skin, oily skin, combo skin. It just like creates almost this like airbrush effect on your skin, and it lasts all damn day. Like I know I tell this story all the time, but when I fell in love with this foundation is when I went to Disney World, which it's really, really hot and really, really humid. And I would put this on at like 5 a.m. and like by midnight, it was still looking pretty much flawless, which blows my mind. So this is a really, really beautiful foundation as well. And then for a lighter coverage, I recommend the Tower 28 Sunny Days Tinted Sunscreen. I have it in the lightest shade Fairfax, and I just really love this just for a quick everyday, just slap it on your face kind of coverage. It's very, very dewy, okay? It's almost too dewy for me, but it's just perfect. I set it with a little bit of powder, and if you're looking for something really light as well as with a little bit of extra SPF, this is really, really beautiful. So next I want to talk about concealers that I recommend. Now I have really been loving my Fit Glow concealer as well as the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate, but those aren't sold at Sephora. So the two that I have that I really love from Sephora, and I don't think I've talked about this yet, but this Rare Beauty concealer, it's what I'm wearing on my face today. I have it in the shade 130 in, and I know you can't tell, but I have used a lot of this up. Like, I'm almost out, and I don't even realize how much I like it. And one day I was like, oh, I'm almost out of this. I must really like this concealer. It's, you know, to me, it's got like the perfect coverage. It's not too light, but it's not too full coverage either. And it just looks really, really natural on the skin. I feel like also if you wanted to use this as kind of like not like a foundation, but just put a couple dots, I guess like kind of like a foundation. It's really, really beautiful too. And I just really, really like this concealer, and I'll probably repurchase it when I run out. And then also, I've talked about this before, but the Kosas Revealer Concealer, I have it in the lightest shade 0.5. It pairs beautifully with their new foundation. It just looks very natural on the skin. It's kind of a medium amount of coverage, but it just looks really, really natural, and that's what I love about it. I will say it goes bad pretty quick. Like, mine's probably gone bad, but I still use it. It still works the same. I think it was actually Glitter Goblin over on Instagram, which I'll link her Instagram down below, but she said when it goes bad, it smells like blue cheese. And I think that is a really, really accurate description. So mine smells like blue cheese right now, but I'm gonna keep using it, and it's really, really beautiful. Also, concealer wise, not for under my eyes, but for my blemishes, it's always this NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I have it in the shade Chantilly. This is all I use on my blemishes, y'all, and I don't even try anything else because this works so well. So I still have a lot left, so I probably won't be picking up another one this sale. But if you're looking for something that covers up your blemishes, still looks natural, doesn't get cakey, this is the way to go. So while we're talking about complexion, there is one powder from Sephora that I recommend. I typically use my Clé de Peau Translucent Loose Setting Powder on my face, but again, that's not sold at Sephora. But you're gonna see this next powder I really, really love. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. I have it in the lightest shade, obviously. I mean, I obviously really love it. It's another one of those products that I don't think I realize how much I love until I look at the pan and I'm like, whoa, I've almost used all of it. The only reason I don't reach for this more is because I do feel like it kind of alters the color of the foundation that I have underneath, especially when I use it to set under my eyes, but it still looks beautiful, especially if I have a foundation that's maybe a little bit too light. I'll definitely reach for this. It just, I mean, it does what it says. It's an airbrush powder and it makes your skin look airbrushed. So if you're gonna pick up a powder, let it be this one. It's a cult classic for a reason. Okay, so next let's talk about eyes. Now this was tough, okay? This was really tough, but I narrowed it down. It was tough. First, the eyeshadow primer that I always use, the Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Eye Primer. It's the best one I've tried. It doesn't have any pigment, but yet it kind of like blurs out your eyelid and it really makes your shadows pop. If you haven't tried it, this is a great time to pick it up. It's amazing. So first, I want to recommend the Danessa Myricks Chrome Flakes. I have it in the shade Shooting Star. I will be picking up another one. I do have it tapped on my eyelid today, and these are beautiful. I want all of them, but I will just pick up one. Especially like with the Euphoria makeup trends coming out, these are like perfect if you want to create that. It's like a gel texture with the glitter suspended in it, and it just sets down on your eye. It doesn't fall out or flake, and I love them. Again, going back to the sale is the time to pick up more expensive things. I recommend, let me get the brushes out, any of the Tom Ford quads. I am gonna try, if it's back in stock, to pick up the new Rose Topaz one. This is the palette in the shade Honeymoon. I have Honeymoon, Nude Dip. These are like 88, 89 bucks. So if you've been wanting to try the Tom Ford formula, I highly recommend picking them up. Now, I have not tried a palette that I don't like from them. This one's beautiful. Like I said, Nude Dip is beautiful. That's just like a classic. So if you're gonna start somewhere, I would start with Nude Dip. But these are beautiful. You can use them wet or dry, and they're beautiful. Next up is the Tasha Denona Retro palette. I really love this palette, y'all. I mean, it speaks to my soul, the color story, Let Me Not Blind You. And like I said, I think they're like 60 something dollars. So if you've been looking into any one of these, not just the retro, this midi size palette of hers, now's the time to pick it up. But I love this one, the pinks and the mauves. And you can also like use these colors to create a neutral color story or warm over here. They're blendable, great Natasha Denona formula. I also recommend her little minis, specifically the mini Zendo, but those aren't too pricey. But if you can get one of these babies on sale, yes, go ahead and do it. And last but certainly not least, the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. I have a few of the shades on my eyes today. This one is already on sale, but I'm assuming, fingers crossed, that you could get it even more on sale once the Sephora sale starts. How many times am I gonna say sale? But this one's beautiful, and with spring coming up, I think that this is just one of my favorite palettes for spring. I did a whole look with it a couple weeks ago here on my channel, and just the shades, it's really beautiful. Even if you can't get it more on sale, like I said, it is already on sale, so this is a really beautiful one to purchase. So next, let's talk about blush. I want to talk about my cream blush recommendation first, and that is these Merit cheek colors. Now, all the shades that I have were sent to me by Merit, but if I didn't get these from Merit, I would definitely purchase them because they are really beautiful. Right here, I have the shade Beverly Hills, and it is just a beautiful muted kind of coral color that's really beautiful for every day. I also have the shade Cheeky, which I think is like one of their best sellers, and they're very light. So if you're a beginner or you're new to cream blushes, I would highly recommend these because they're very light, but they can be built up. So starting out, it's easy to just apply like a little light wash of color, and they last all day. They set down very well, not 100% because they are a cream, but they do set down and they last all day on my skin, and I love these for cream blush. So for powder blush, okay y'all, so when I think about the Sephora sale, I think of things that I need to replenish and things that maybe are at a higher price point that I would love to get at a cheaper price point. So when I think of the sale, that's kind of the things that I gravitate towards first, but this is just, I just want to show you all of my recommendations regardless of the price point. But this is one of those products that I really recommend if you've been thinking about to pick up during the sale, and it's the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate blushes. So I have it in the shade here, Cherry Blaze. And these blushes are really beautiful, but they are so expensive. So if you can get them for a little bit off, I would get them during the sale. It's beautiful. I love how you can use like just this color or just this color or mix them together, which is what I typically do. This is a beautiful coral for the upcoming summer months. And again, they're one of those powder blushes that just don't look like powder on your skin. And I really love them. Also, the Pat McGrath blushes. Now right here, I checked when I made this video, and this is still available. I have the Bridgerton blush palette, which this is beautiful. I have this shade right here called Cherish on my cheeks today. I recommend the palette during the sale just because you get two of the blushes as well as a highlight. The highlight's not my fave because it's a little dark for my skin, but you at least get to try two of the shades of her blush. But if you know which one you want, I would definitely, you know, get the regular packaging. I have this one, I have the shade Flirtatious in the regular size, and then I have her other blush palette from the holiday collection. So I guess total I have 5 of the blush shades. They're so pretty, y'all. Like I said, this Cherish shade, it looks bright in the pan, but as you can see, I mean, it's definitely a look with the blush, but it can be sheared out to just provide beautiful coverage. And like the Tom Ford blush and like that Westman Atelier bronzer, they give the finish almost of a cream once applied to the skin. Stunning. I highly recommend them. So next, let's talk about bronzers. So I have 2 right here, but I forgot to bring my one cream that's sold at Sephora in here, and it's the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate, the cream contour bronzer. I'll pop a picture of it right here, but I highly recommend that one. I haven't been reaching for it because I really enjoy the Salt New York Sculpt and Bronze Cream Tint Pros, but I definitely have my two favorite powder bronzers that are sold at Sephora. And the first one being, which is what I'm wearing on my face today, this Gucci bronzer. I have it in the shade 01. As you can see, she is really, ouch. She is really well loved. It's just a beautiful neutral bronzer. It's not too rosy, it's not orangey. I mean, the packaging, I die. I love this packaging. It's got a little brush in the bottom, if I can get it open. There we go. It's got this little, I still have the plastic wrapper on it, so clearly I don't use the brush, but the product's beautiful and I highly recommend it for someone who has really fair skin like myself. Also, the Westman Atelier Beauty Butter Powder Bronzer in the shade Coup de Soleil. It's really beautiful, y'all. This packaging is very luxurious. It's actually like heavy in my hand. This is the shade. I reached for this one as well. It looks small, but it's very pigmented, so you really don't need a lot of product. This one is definitely warmer than the Gucci. So when I'm looking for something that's a little bit warmer, and I don't want to say orangey, but like more orangey and warm, this is what I reach for, and it looks so natural. It's like a powder. It's a powder, but it gives you the finish almost of a cream on your skin. And it's really, really beautiful. So all I really use for my brows is this Kosas Air Brow. Right now I have it in the shade Soft Brown. I've also used the shade Taupe. I don't use anything else, y'all. So like, I can't really recommend anything else. The Tom Ford Fiber Brow Gel is amazing, but I don't know that that's in stock. But that one I highly recommend. I just don't purchase that one anymore because it's so expensive, but like, I haven't looked, but if it's available, I will purchase that one during the sale. But I really love this Kosas. If you haven't tried it out, it's like the perfect consistency. It's not too thick or wet, but it holds your brows in place all day. And like, this is all I use on a daily basis. No pencil, no clear brow gel, nothing. And it's amazing. Okay, so last but certainly not least, I want to talk about lips. So for lip liners, she's kind of small now, but I recommend the Charlotte Tilbury ones. This is the shade Pillow Talk. It's what I have on my lips today. I have this one and Love Trap, but they're really creamy, but kind of dry. It's like the perfect formula, and I mean, it's Pillow Talk, right? They last all day on my lips. Like I said, I just love the formula. I think they're the perfect amount of creaminess yet dryness that you want in a lip liner, so it'll last all day. They're beautiful. And these are more of a new product, but these Merit lipsticks, y'all, are so beautiful. I have 4 of them, so I bought 2 and Merit sent me 2. And they are called a lightweight lipstick with the benefits of a lip balm, and that is just the perfect description. They're lightweight, but yet they're very opaque and moisturizing. This is the shade Fashion, which is a beautiful berry color. I swatched on my hand and lip swatches in a video that I'll have coming up on Thursday, but these are beautiful, y'all. Just get one and try. I think my favorite shade is Baby, but they're really beautiful and I highly recommend them. And we're back at it with the Tom Ford train. Any of these Tom Ford lipsticks, y'all, they're pricey, but now is the time to get them. This is the shade Pink Dusk. It's one of my favorites. They're moisturizing, they're beautiful, the packaging is luxurious, they're Tom Ford, and now is the time to get them. So that's all of my recommendations. Just really quickly, I'm gonna look, this probably isn't everything that I'm gonna get, but so far in my cart, I have the Glow Recipe Avocado Melt Retinol Eye Cream because I want to get some more eye cream while I can get it on sale. And I've heard great things about this one. I also have the Oribe Dry Texturizing Spray because my hair needs a little bit of love, and that one is my absolute favorite. I've used that for like ever and I don't have it right now and I'm really missing it. Okay, so I was just looking and the Tom Ford Fiber Brow Gel in Taupe is currently in stock. Now, by the time the sale rolls around, I don't know, but it's in my cart and I will get it if it's available. I also have the Gucci powder, just the regular setting powder in the shade 00. I've heard Kate Face, which if you're not watching her, she's an absolute angel. Please be sure to watch her. I'll link her page down below. She talks about this one a lot, and like usually if she likes something, I'm gonna like it too. So I really want to try that one. And I also have the Tower 28 SOS Daily Facial Spray. I've heard like rave reviews about that, especially for people that struggle with like hormonal acne. And I have the mini size in my cart, so I've really been wanting to try that. I'm sure I'll add more, but that's what I have right now. I usually end up shopping the sale several times. We'll see. I'll also be picking up the new Rare Beauty Tinted Moisturizer. I think it's coming out on like the last day of March, so I'll probably just wait until April 1st to pick it up. So I'm gonna do a review on that once I pick it up. It'll be up next week, either on Tuesday or Thursday. But that's all of my recommendations, y'all. Let me know in the comment section down below what you're gonna be picking up, if it's any of these products, if there's anything that I'm missing that I need to pick up. And as always, if you like this video, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you like my content, please hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you as part of our little fam here on YouTube. And if you're not following me over on Instagram, it's at beautybykaylak. I'd love to see you over there too. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.